Hey YouTube, it's Red Faction Yu-Gi-Oh! Of TeamDuelistRepublic, coming at you guys today with a deck profile slash kind of deck help session. A friend X Division and I are going to locals on Saturday, and he's got his Bujin deck finally all together, I think minus Arasuda, which is like the last Bujin he wants for it. And I'm putting my deck back together, but I could use some help with it. Not monster lineup, so to speak, but spell, traps, extra deck, things like that. Not the best when it comes to those. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. And guys, I'm already going to say it. Keep the criticism constructive. I mean, don't get on me just because, oh, you should run this, oh, you should run that, oh, you're a horrible player for not running that, and blah. You know what? I'm not made of money. I don't have all the cards that every deck needs or that pro players use for this stuff. I got to go with what I got that I can go with. I mean, that's always how it's been. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Still should be. You go with what you got. But anyways, my deck I'm doing today is Blackwings. I need some help getting them up and going. Monster lineup, I'm pretty solid on it. But spells and traps and things like that, I'm kind of lacking, kind of not lacking. Just depends on how you look at it. So, go ahead and jump into the profile here. You've got the one Gale, that's your staple tuner. You're going to want to probably pull that out as much as you can. You got 3 Bora the Spear. He's kind of your main piercer, main special summoner. If you have another Blackwing, you can automatically special summon him from your hand. So, you know, he's a really good one. You always want to have 3 of him in the deck, unless you're running some weird nut job variant that I don't know about. 3 Shura the Blue Flame. Your probably main level 4 monster. I mean, 1800, destroy something by battle, you special summon another Blackwing that's under 1500. So that's, depending on situation, that's Kochi, that's Gale, that's whatever you need for whatever you need at that point. And 1800, it's the strongest level 4 that's in the deck. So normal summoning it with Whirlwind out, just, you can search out just about anything aside from Gale. You'd search your 3 Kalut, which is your hand trap. You go up by 1400. If things get really painful, like they have for me a couple times at locals, the last time I ran this, you will actually have to like summon or set these, just depending on situation. You can go into level 5 synchros, level 6 synchros with them, if you actually do summon it, or just use Blizzard for it, which I feel that works a lot better. And speaking of Blizzard, 2 Blizzards. 1300 level 2 tuner, he pulls a level 4 or lower back from the graveyard, so that's instant level 5 or level 6 synchros. So Catastor, Armades, Armed Wing, whatever one you want to go into, makes it work really well. The one-ofs, 1 Zephyros. People have asked me, you know, why not run more than one? Because it's a 1600 beater. I mean, I can search it out off of Shura or Bora, and you can only use his Reborn effect once per duel. So even with more than one, it would still be dead once it's 400, or pay 400, bounce a face-up card and special summon it, gets through, so it wouldn't help very much. And 1 Kochi. Kochi's your level 4 tuner. Like, any Blackwing in here can search him. And if you special summon him with Shura, you can't use him as a tuner, but you can go for an Xyz play round 2 or main phase 2. So that could be Cowboy for game, that could be Key Beetle, that could be whatever the heck you want to use. 2 Sirocco the Dawn. This is the highest attack point main deck at 2000. And if your opponent has a monster and you don't, you can normal summon without tributing. So he's like a Cyber Dragon, but he costs you your normal summon. But if Bora's in your hand, that makes up for it, because he can pump 1 Blackwing up by the total attack of all Blackwings, minus the targeted one. But only that monster can attack. So that makes Bora, if that's the one you special summon, like 3700 attack with the ability to do piercing. So Sirocco is really good to have at 2. 3 is probably overdoing it just a little bit. And this one's my personal tech choice. I was running about 17 monsters and decided, you know, I think 19's a little bit better. Is 2 Ghibli, the Searing Wind. He's another level 3 target. He's got 1600 defense. Not only that, he's a hand trap, almost like Ghostrick Jack Frost or Ghostrick Lantern. If they declare a direct attack, you can special summon him in defense and block it. He doesn't actually say defense, but you can special summon him however you want. And if it gets painful and you have to attack with him, you can swap his attack and defense, so his attack becomes 1600. So, you know, that can combo with Sirocco a little bit. Moving into spells, we got the 3 Whirlwind. That's your main search card. Summon a Blackwing, add 1 with less attack to your hand. So that's Shura searches Kalut, Shura searches Bora, Shura searches Gale, Ghibli, like anything, whatever you need. Whirlwind is probably like the best spell card that Blackwings have. Another 3 run 3 MST. Back row heavy format. I mean, 3 MST, self-explanatory pretty much. 1 ofs, we got Dark Hole, explanatory, gets stuff out of the way. 1 Allure, it's extra draw power. I mean, it's draw 2 as long as you've got a Blackwing to banish for it, or you're going to lose your entire hand. And another tech choice, I've run it for a while. It works, sometimes it doesn't. Cards for Black Feathers. You banish a Blackwing and give up your special summons for that turn, but you draw 2 cards. So if you get your spell traps that you want, then that works out really well for you. Sometimes you don't. I mean, you might even wind up getting the Ghibli you needed to keep your life points safe. All just depends. Traps. We got the triple Icarus attack. I mean, it's boss in these Aura Harpies. Either way, just is. There's not too much I can explain about it. 2 Dust Tornado. The deck is kind of trap heavy. I mean, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 spells and 19 monsters. So all the rest of it is traps. So double Dust Tornado. If I've got another trap, I mean, I can set this. If they actually do MST because it's the only one, then I can chain it, pop something they have, and then set another card from my hand, which say it's Torrential, Mirror Force, Bottomless, whatever staple trap you want. Then not only did they just waste their MST, but now they've got another face down to deal with, and they're not going to know what it is. So I feel like Dust Tornado is a good one to choose this format, kind of because of that. I mean, you can bait MSTs with it, but at the same time, you've got to make sure you have the extra trap cards in your hand. 1 ofs, Bottomless, explanatory, Torrential, Mirror Force, Compulse, T-Roar. I may or may not take T-Roar out. I don't know exactly how well it's going to work. D-Prison, and I got 3 more 1 ofs. A few of these are my personal choices. I don't know how well they're going to work. I mean, some have worked for me in the past and some don't. Malevolent Catastrophe. I mean, if they've wiped out like everything you've got, say they've got Vanity's Emptiness out, so they're stopping you from blocking with Ghibli or whatever, you know, they push for that last little bit of damage or whatever with their biggest monster, and this is out and there's no decree or anything. Just Malevolent blows up all their back row. I mean, there goes Kaiser, there goes Catastrophe, there goes whatever, and you're free to just drop Ghibli or whatever it is they actually need. So it can do some crazy stuff. Urgent Tuning at 1. I like this because Shura can attack, and say if Shura actually got over their last monster and killed it because of Kalut or something, then you can summon out Ghibli, or not Ghibli, Gale. Gale can go ahead and attack directly for 13, and then if this is face down, activate it. That's instant level 7. So not only have you destroyed a monster and summoned Ghibli, you've hit them for 1300. Do this, Armor Master, and provided the attack goes uninterrupted, you get an extra 2500 on top of Ghibli's 1300 that he just dealt. So Urgent Tuning, I think, is a good card in Blackwings because of the combos that Shura can open up with it. Granted, the Armor Master play is about the only one unless you have other level 7s. And we'll take a look at some of those options later. And the last trap is my personal choice. This has saved my butt several times, is Black Thunder. And for those of you guys that don't know what it does, when a Blackwing you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by battle, inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each card they control. That's monsters and back row. So say they've got Kaiser, Vanities, and like 3 other back row that you don't even know what the heck they are, and they actually block, or they kill your Shura or whatever, you can blast them for 4, 8, 12, 16, 2,000. That's 2,400 just off of this. I mean, that's, provided the situation's good, that's a quarter of their life points. So, Black Thunder has some nasty, nasty things it can do with this deck. That I only run one. I used to have more than one to make sure that I always got it when I needed it. But for this, I took it out, just situational. Same thing with Icarus. It's fun to drop Ghibli in the way while they've got 4 or 5 cards out. And say they got 5 monsters and 5 back row. That makes it fun. You drop Ghibli, they try to attack and kill it. Black Thunder, that's instant 4,000 damage right off of that one trap card. So, Thunder can be good. It just depends on when you draw it. And I mean, if they MST it, I mean, you got better trap cards than Black Thunder. So, even if they do MST it, you know, you might have kept, that might have actually kept another one of your trap cards safe. Synchros, like I said, I'm still working on the extra deck. I mean, I've got a pretty good idea of what's going to be in it. But past that, I'm still working on it. We got 1 Catastor, 1 Armades, and 1 Hyper Librarian as the synchros. I'm thinking Librarian might be in it because, I mean, 2,400 plus every synchro summon is an extra draw. So if I summon Hyper Librarian like that and then do something else that turn, then like Urgent Tuning, that's summon Armor Master in the middle of the battle phase, plus draw 1 off of Hyper Librarian, and almost every turn after that you're going to synchro summon, so that's another draw off of those. So those are my level 5s to choose from. Right now, I've got 2 Armed Wing. People have suggested I bump this down to 1. I'm not for sure about that yet, because a lot of the decks I'm up against, I know there's at least 1 Ghostrix deck in the area. There might be more than that, so I don't know yet. It just depends on how defensive decks get. I mean, granted, I could side the second one just in case. So, you just never know. 1 Gram, another level 5. Mostly I had this because it was Gram. And it's a Blackwing, so I might actually wind up taking that out. 1 Armor Master, go to level 7, 9 times out of 10. Star Eater as the level 10, I believe, maybe 11, not for sure on that, because I forget things. But Star Eater is just a freaking boss. I mean, he's another boss monster for this. Dark Armed as one of the level 8s. I mean, he's good, 500 attack and defense, pop something. Stardust, people keep saying Spark over Stardust Dragon. I don't know yet. I guess it just depends on how things go. Blackwing Dragon, that was in there because like 9 times out of 10, I'm dueling some kind of burn deck. So that was in there just because I got tired of burn damage. Then some of these are both recommendations and just personal stuff I do. Ancient Fairy Dragon, I mean, if I summon it, 1, it's a free special summon for cost of my battle phase, just depends on what I'm summoning. So even Cowboy is good off of that. 2, 3,000 point wall. 3, come up against Ghostrix or Gravekeepers or whatever. I mean, pop Field Spell, that's 1,000 life points. So you can keep your life points up pretty well. Scrap Dragon, people keep saying it. Chain Dragon, just because Mill 3. Silverwind, I don't even know why Silverwind. Decisive Armor. Boojins, just Boojins. Occasional Blue Eyes. Void Ogre, probably because 3,000 wall, 3,000 attack, no matter how you look at it. Plus he's a beater. So, that'll work out pretty well. Gravity Warrior, maybe, maybe not. Right now I'm running double Zero Fiend. I think it works good because Zero Fiend is a freaking workhorse. And the last 3 Xyz, I'm thinking of Pappy Operative because it'll get around annoying defense stuff. Black Ship, kind of the same reason, plus burn damage. And Cowboy, burn damage. Just tell me, guys, what you think. Give me some recommendations. Like, Spell and Traps is probably where I'm going to really need help. Because, you know, Blackwings, their monsters aren't too hard to figure out. Spells and Traps kind of are. So, That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Red Faction Yu-Gi-Oh! Of Team Duelist Republic. Catch you all later. Peace out, YouTube.